In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today's lesson, we have today a new lesson. The third secondary grade, the first semester, Unit 1, Reading, Speaking, Mega Goal 5. Prepared by Turki Al-Fayfi, presented by Muhammad Al-Athaymin. Lesson objectives. In this lesson, you will be able to read the passage fluently. You will be enriched with new knowledge. You will be enriched with new vocabularies. Now, first of all, let's think about these pictures, these two pictures. What can we see here? We can see sea, boat, sails, and the weather seems to, in this picture, there is a hurricane. The other picture here, we can see helicopter, mountains, and ice or snow. These two pictures remind us with some kinds of sports. Think about these kinds of sports. Sailing and we will find out these two sports. Describe your feeling if you are inside this ship. Yes, let's go back to this boat or ship. Describe your feeling. What will you feel if you are in this ship, in this kind of weather, in hurricane? Okay, now since you have felt, we will go to next. Imagine that you have an accident. There is only one survivor, but he is badly injured. Injured means either his leg or hand broken, or there is blood. This means of injured. What will you do? Choose from A, B, or C. Here. Imagine that you have an accident and one survivor. The first thing you will do is to leave the place, means to run, or to leave and doing nothing. B, to call the police, to tell him about this accident. C, to call a friend, to ask your friend about what to do and if he can help you. Yes, choose A, B, or C. There is no correct answer. It's just attitude. What's your attitude towards these things? If you find something, some people would say, they may say that I'll leave the place because if I tell police, they will take me to the prison for a few days, asking me about dead people, and they will doubt if I'm the killer or not. So I just leave the place and it's none of my business. Some others would say, okay, I'll call the police and I'll tell them to help us or to call the emergency. So whatever happens to me, I have no problem, since I will help myself and others. The other one would say, I'll call my friend, so he may come faster than the police, and he may tell me better solution rather than calling police or leaving. So it's just your choice. Okay, excellent. You have chosen B. Okay, excellent answer. If I were you, I will call the police. Number 2. If the policeman are too late. Now you have called the police. If they are too late, you will help him with first aid, clean the car, leave him alone. Now you call the police, they don't come, or they didn't come. Suppose this happened to you, and police don't come. What will you do? Help him with first aid, clean the car, leave him alone. Okay, you will help him with your first aid, with what you know about first aid, whether you are experienced or not. Okay, number 3. When the policemen come, you will tell a lie. You will not tell him the truth, or you will tell them a joke, or you will tell them the truth. Excellent, of course, you should tell them the truth, because if you lie, they will doubt about you and will think that you did this. Yes. Next, match the highlighted words with its meaning. 1. Unconscious. 2. Destroy. 3. Death. 4. Campus. 5. Reception. 6. Struggle. A. End of life. B. Conflict. C. Instrument indicates direction. D. Act of receiving. E. Ruin. F. Unaware. Unconscious, the opposite of conscious. Conscious means that you are aware of what happened to you. You know what happens to you. You can act consciously. Unconscious, you lose your awareness. Destroy, to corrupt, to ruin, I tell the answer. Yes, excellent. To destroy, E, ruin. Perfect. Now let's complete. Death, the opposite of life. If someone was killed, this death. 4. Compass. This is something with 2 arrows that tells you where is the north and where is the south, or the north, and you will know the other directions. To know the north, our instrument tells you where is the north with arrows. 5. Reception means to receive, to get. Struggle, like fighting. Okay, now let's think about the answers. Yes. 1. Unconscious, unaware. Excellent. Unconscious, F, unaware. 2. Destroy, we said E, lie. 3. Death, excellent. End of life, perfect. 4. Compass, yes, perfect answer. C. 5. Reception, excellent. Act of receiving. Finally, struggle. Conflict, yes, perfect. Now here we have the answers on F to E. The odds here, survival against the odds. Beating the odds is always great feeling. Yeah. Now we'll try to odds means that something unusual, to do something unusual. This is the meaning of odds. Beating the odds is always a great feeling, but beating the odds is never quite as exhilarating an experience as when the odds are against your survival. So, if the odds against your survival, for example, if it leads to death, this is not good experience at all. Try to not understand every word. Now, beating the odds means that when you win against the odds or the things that challenging, it's beating the odds is always a great feeling. When you beat odds, you feel it's something, you have done something great. But beating the odds is never quite as exhilarating. It means it's not beautiful, it's not good an experience as when the odds are against your survival. Tammy Alden Ashcraft knows this feeling. At the age of 23, while she was sailing the South Pacific, Ashcraft was caught in a violent hurricane. So we have a girl, Tammy Ashcraft. He said that she knows this feeling of the experience when the odds against her survival. At the age of 23, while she was sailing when she use boats or ship, she's sailing the South Pacific. Ashcraft was caught in a violent means very strong and destroying hurricane. The 50-foot means 15 meters. The 50-foot waves overturned her boat. Overturned means make it upside down. Ashcraft was below deck, below the boat. Was knocked. Knocked means hit. When she got hit to her head, she's knocked unconscious. For example, I'll knock my laptop. This is knocking. She's knocked. Her head is knocked. And because she was knocked, she became unconscious. When she awake 27 hours later, the boat had turned right side up again, but the storm had been so violent that the sails were destroyed. The sails here means the cloth that used for in boats. I'll show it to you. Here are the sails. These are the sails. In the story, it says that these sails are destroyed, so the boat cannot move, or couldn't move. She couldn't move her boat. Only the rudder was steers, which steers the ship, was intact. Okay, what's the meaning of rudder? Here he explained what's the which steers the ship. Steers means it can guide the ship left or right. Was intact means in a good case. It is not ruined. Ashcraft was badly injured and disoriented. Injured means that either some bones broken or there's blood. Determined. Who determined? Ashcraft. Determined to survive, Ashcraft created a sail from scraps of materials. She collected materials and made another sail and charted a path to Hawaii. So she directed her boat to Hawaii, which was 1,500 miles, 2,400 kilometers away, traveling only 2 miles an hour. Look, she had to pass 1,500 miles, and the speed of her boat, 2 miles an hour. Ashcraft reached her destination 41 days later. So she continued in her boat 41 days, having lost 40 pounds. She lost 40 pounds, 18 kilograms, during her ordeal. Ashcraft, who still sails, eventually told her tale of survival. Tale means story. Now, Ashcraft, in these days, according to the story, still sails. She's still alive. She and still sails. She didn't give up. Finally, told her story. Tale means story of survival in a book called Red Sky in Morning. Here means morning here, not yes, I think it's clear here. Red sky in the morning, it's clear. Another such tale of survival against the odds can be told by Eric Lee Mark. Now we move to another story by Eric Lee Mark. Hockey player, was played with the French national Olympic team during the 1994 Olympics. One day in February 2004, Lee Mark set out for a day of snowboarding in California, Sierra Nevada mountains. So, snowboarding. What's the meaning of snowboarding? Do you remember the picture before a few moments with helicopter? Yes, people go and make snowboarding in mountains. But by the end of the day, Lee Mark found himself in life or death situation. So he found himself in a situation that either to live or to die. Lee Mark lost his way and ended up in a wilderness at the back of the mountain. So he found himself lost in wilderness. Wilderness means the place that where no one live, like desert, at the back of the mountain. So he found himself in the back of the mountain. Lee Mark, who had expected to just be out for a couple of hours, had no food. He expected that the trip will just take him 2 hours, so he doesn't need to take food, or even his mobile battery is not important to be full or filled. He had no food, very few supplies, and his cell phone battery was dead. So unfortunately, his cell phone battery was dead. He had few supplies. Supplies means something to eat and drink. All he had was seemingly useless pocket radio. All he had was pocket radio. Radio that to put in your pocket. He described it as useless. That it means that he can't use it in such situation. He decided to keep moving. So he said, I will move until I find a city or a place for people who can help me. Unfortunately, he chose the wrong direction. Choose the path of choose. He chose the wrong direction, and over the next few days moved further and further away from safety and rescue. So he moved in wrong direction. City, he put the city in his back and go in a place where no one live. Knowing that eating snow lowers body temperature, he knows that if he ate snow, it will lower his body temperature. Mark ate only 3 bark. Bark, we can find bark on tree. That like what? You know, the leg of the tree, it's covered by bark. Well, I think if it's not clear, the meaning of it is liha and pine seeds. So you have eaten the seeds and bark. After a few days, Mark had an idea that may have saved his life. He walked for a few days and found no city, no people. He thought about another idea. He turned the pocket radio into a kind of compass. We knew what's the meaning of compass. Compass is the instrument that tells you the north. He used the radio like compass. How? He noticed that whenever he pointed the radio in a certain direction, he pointed the antenna of the radio to a direction. The reception for local radio station grows stronger. So, if he directed it to the city, the radio station will be stronger. If he directed it to the wrong situation, it will be weaker. So, he knew now where is the best direction to go. Using this radio reception as a guide, Mark switched direction and started walking towards safety. He started walking towards safety and ultimately rescue. Finally, he went to the place of rescuing. For days, Mark struggled through hunger, freezing temperature. So for a few days, he was struggling, fighting the hunger and freezing temperatures, and 12 foot means 4-meter deep snow. By the 8th day, 8th means number 8. By the 8th day, Mark was so weak and his legs were so forbidden that he could no longer walk or even stand. Forbidden means frostbitten, the past of frostbite. Bite, we know bite with teeth, biting, and frost like ice, frost. So frostbite means when someone frostbitten, it means that the frost have destroyed his leg or something of his body because of the strength of the because it's too cold. Frostbitten that he could no longer walk or even stand. So he found that he cannot stand or walk. He was in such bad condition that he began hallucinating. Hallucinating, we know what's the meaning of hallucinating. It's like Arabic, hallucinate, halwasa. That his situation was just video game. He recalls thinking, the game is over. Let's reset it. I give up. Give up means surrender. Mark was at the point of exhaustion and death when he was found by rescuers in a helicopter. So rescuers, people who help others, rescuers. By using helicopter, they found him. Although he lost his legs, he lost it. to frostbite, Leomark's survival experience left him with more of an appetite for life than ever before. So he has an appetite. He have a need for life more than before. After being fitted with artificial limbs, so he have artificial limbs. Artificial means man-made, made by people, legs. He vowed to go snowboarding again. So he decided to go snowboarding again. Only in the future he plans to be much better prepared. So he said, in future I will be much better prepared. Now, after reading, we have some questions. How did Ashcraft beat the odds? What did she do to beat the odds? Yes, did she survive? Yes, she survived. And what did she do? She went to home after what? After difficult circumstances. Yes, perfect. Now, number 2. What condition did Ashcraft return in? Did she return with when she is stronger than before, or she was thinner, or she lost weight, or she got weight, she became more fat? Yes, she was very thin and tired. Perfect. How did Leomark end up in such dangerous situation? How did he end up in such situation? Yes, he got lost on mountain and had no supplies or way of calling for help. He got lost. Lost means he didn't know the direction on the mountain, and he had no supplies. Also, he don't have any way for calling because his mobile battery is dead, and he cannot ask for help because he just had his radio pocket. 4. What were 2 decisions Leomark made that helped him survive? He have 2 decisions helped him to survive. Yes, he didn't eat snow. Perfect. And what? He used his pocket radio to point him in the right direction. Perfect. Perfect answer. Excellent. Now, here are the answers. She survived and made it home under very difficult circumstances. She was very thin and tired. He got lost on the mountain and had no supplies or way of calling for help. He did not eat snow, and he used his pocket radio to point him in the right direction. Now we have the part of speaking. You will think about emergency situation. Think about an emergency situation. Yes, just imagine any emergency situation. For example, you traveled with your family using ship, or by a boat. You go into the sea by boat, and it was broken, or the fuel ended while you are inside the sea. Your battery is dead, or any other kind of emergency. You have an accident by car. You are in the airplane, and the airplane or airplane, if the airplane have problem, I think probably most of the people in it will die. Okay, answer the following questions. What qualities and attitudes can help a person beat the odds in a survival situation? What help you if you have an accident or if you have an emergency? What attitude means? What's the thing that you have, you should have in your heart, in your mind, to survive? Yes, perfect. Insistence. To insist means that you don't give up, you don't surrender. You keep trying until you get survive. Excellent. Number 2, do you think some people are capable to survive more than others? Why or why not? If you say yes, why? If you say not, why not? Do you think some people are capable to survive more than others? Yes, of course. Yes. People are not the same. As we said, that your fingers are not the same. People are not the same. Some people more capable to survive more than others because of their attitudes, their abilities, their strength, their thoughts, their ways of thinking. Yes, perfect answer. Now we will summarize what we have studied today. We started with the discussion about the new pictures and did exercise as warm-up. We discussed the passage of survival against the odds and answered its questions. We finished with speaking about emergency situations. Thank you for participating. I'm very happy to be with you. Tell others if you like this.